Hey everybody, welcome and welcome back. We are playing the Hunter this afternoon. Let's do a little bit of housekeeping here before we run off, and also let's just go ahead and we'll put ourselves into the queue. I would be down to do basically anything with humans, so I'm gonna click all of these boxes. You know what, I don't really want ramparts again though. Let's do blood furnace and slave pens. And let's cross our fingers. Alright, we need to find the ribbon pole. We need to make sure we dance at the ribbon pole before we leave. We got an item that begins a quest here. Find a vendor. I was warned that this little bonfire blessing buff was like basically popping back to back to back in Outland. Thankfully, my SFX sounds are pretty low, so I don't even think we can hear it. But I feel like Blizz will do something to fix this. All they really have to do is remove the graphic and remove the sound effect. Because I can see how people playing with their SFX up would get annoyed by that after a while. Could get old. I wonder if that won't happen in dungeons.
What can I help you with?
Or if it's still a thing even in 5 mags. Let's get rid of the rune cloth. I don't... Well, wait, do we need rune cloth? Were we using rune cloth for leatherworking? No, we were not. Alright, let's get rid of that. Let's make these. Let's hope for skill ups. Come on, skill ups. There's 320. Can we get 321? We cannot get 321, sadly. Okay. It's popping a lot. Yes. Yes, it is popping quite a bit. I don't really know what to do with it other than ignore it and not talk about it. Besides ignoring it and not talking about it, I don't think I have anything else to do with it. Because yeah, it can get going quite a bit. So that's fun. Sometimes in like really quick succession. Sometimes with breaks between. Activate near the Void Stones and the Void Ridge. Alright, I want to go finish up this Void Ridge thing, so let's jump a flight down to the south here. And that's where we'll start. You're thinking about coming back and playing this game, but you don't know what to do. What's the dilemma exactly? Step 1, log into the game and make a character. Step 2, play that character. Step 3, question mark, question mark, question mark. Step 4, profit. Or just enjoyment in this case. Yeah, just make a character and log in. That's all you have to do. And see how that goes. You spend so long in Hellfire because it has more quest than any other single zone in the game ever. More quest in a single zone than any other zone. The award goes to Hellfire Peninsula. Blizzard really wanted you to feel like this was your life. Like, you live here now. You had a nice life on Azeroth, and that was all fine and good. You did some stuff. And now you've gone to hell, and you're gonna stay in hell forever. I mean Hellfire. You've gone to Hellfire, and you're gonna stay in Hellfire for a long time. Definitely an intentional design choice. Dante, happy Monday, man. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to stream 2 of a 2-part series. First mistake. Immediately, guys. Immediately, I didn't find the ribbon pull. I got no ribbon pull reflexes. I got so worried about the bonfire's blessing that I just forgot the ribbon pull. I didn't see it. Did you resist my trap? How freaking rude is that? How dare you, sir? Do I go back for ribbon pull? Ugh. I don't know if I do. I think I'm gonna do this quest first, and then we'll go back for ribbon pull. We'll do our pole dancing, and then we'll move on with life. Oh my god. So I made myself some tea. Instead of having even more coffee, like more and more, I made myself some tea. But when I just took that drink, my brain expected coffee and I got tea and I almost spit it out. You ever do that? You ever pick up a cup and you think, well, in this cup is going to be X. But then upon drinking it, it's Y. And then your body immediately wants to get rid of it. It's like you panic for a minute. Like something is terribly wrong with this coffee. Oh, it's not coffee. Oh, thank God. Yeah, I'm drinking hibiscus tea with a wee bit of honey. As a way to make sure that I don't guzzle coffee during the second stream as much as I did during the first stream. Because that could get dangerous. We've been invited to a group. I've moved my group stuff back up here. So we moved a little bit of the UI elements around, so we're back up here for the group HP and stuff. Which should be okay. What am I doing here exactly? Galaxis Soul Shard. Go south to the Void Ridge. Use the Warp Rift generator near the Void Stones. We're looking for Void Stones. Have we seen any Void Stones back here? I don't know if I've seen a Void Stone. Or like what that entails exactly. Looks like this is for Blood Furnace. Void Stones. I don't... Maybe it's something all the way down here. But I don't think I remember any kind of stones. we didn't find any kind of void stones. Sadly, nothing that's even stone-like in appearance. Maybe I'm just not interpreting the quest correctly. I don't know. Look for a cluster of crystals. A cluster of crystals is not a stone. Yeah, I see a cluster of crystals. Yeah, maybe this is it back here. Maybe we have time to get back here. I have to get back here, but then I have to get back to town to spin on the ribbon pull for a minute. So I hope we can do this quickly. Okay. Here he is. Shit, didn't really want to aggro anybody else. Okay, this is very bad. Lots of ads. Huh. Okay. I can kill this guy and loot him, and then maybe we're okay. Okay, let's just loot him. And, yeah, I guess maybe we just try to run out of here. I don't think we can fight all that stuff. I'd like to get somewhere I could drop aggro, but apparently, like, we've learned there's really no leashes in TBC, like, nothing really has a leash. Or the leash is, like, much longer. Ooh, we layered, and that layering was very unfortunate. Let's try to get back to town. I'd love to go turn this in, but gotta prioritize getting on that ribbon pull. And to do that, we have to find it. Ugh. Okay. I don't like it. Maybe it's outside? I have no idea where it would be. I'm assuming... Okay, yeah. I was gonna say, I'm assuming there is one. So we have a pally tank, a mage, a warrior, and a shami healer. It's a pretty good comp for this one. What? Where did everybody go? Okay, like I thought I was like holding everybody up having to spin on the pole, but it turns out that nobody else is here. And now, are they gonna need us to go all the way back and summon all of them? What exactly did we do? Did everybody realize they didn't have the pull buff and everybody, like, hearthed out? I can't make any sense of what happened in party chat at all. Except for things that I said. So I don't know if maybe they all went to get the buff. If they need a summon, they're gonna have to communicate that. So I don't know. But in the meantime, like, my buff is diminishing, so that's kind of sad. Other really sad thing for our pet, we didn't bring any food, so... yeah, he's got one thing of food he can eat. I'm just gonna hold on to that piece of food until he hits red. And then we'll have to... because I doubt he wants tainted hellboar meat. Yeah, he sure doesn't want that. And I don't think anything in here is gonna drop any meat, so... Does he want the... oh, you know what? I got some buff food. Here, have my awesome buff food. And, just be grateful, okay? Just be grateful. Oh, that's right. Ew, and now I need a new place for details. Put it over here. Yeah. I guess that's okay. Man, am I gonna have to change my UI completely back to the way it was? Yeah, maybe. Because I already don't like it. How's that look? It's gonna have to do for now. Well, this is helpful.
Wretched, meddling insects, release me, and perhaps I will grant you a merciful death.
We have a little bit of a layering issue. That explains where everyone was. I think that whole time we were standing in different instances of Blood Furnace. I think we were all together the whole time, but we were not in the same instance. Even though we're in the party. Like, me and the mage were in one instance, and they were in another instance, and both of us are standing there wondering, like, where the hell are the other people at? Like, I don't think layering is supposed to separate us within an instance. I don't know. It's, really something. And now we have to get the mage to go out and go back in. There we go. He figured it out. Okay. Oh my god, we're all in the same instance at the same time. Now we can play.
Tazdingle.
I'm very, very, very unhappy with my UI right now. I'm trying not to let it distract me, but clearly it has, and I'm just very unhappy with it in general. I need to do something different with this. Rows, yes, yes. There we go. Okay. That's better. Let's do it like that. Right there is fine. Okay. That's not great, but it's better. Having a living pet would be nice. I guess I should get on that. He's gonna be unhappy again, which is awesome. So I have to remember to put him on passive. Who did we go up against that killed him? Usually only the demolitionist caused problems with the pet. I didn't realize we were fighting demolitionist yet. And I can't send him in now. Oh, the healer is healing him. That's very considerate. I don't think I can send him into any pull with a technician in it. Nope, wrong way, kitty. Wrong way. With my limited food supply, I really can't afford to let him die. All I have left now is like 4 pieces of buff food. I mean, that's one way to pull the whole room. Maybe we can do it. Yeah, I guess it's probably fine. Whole room, no problem. Oh, wait, okay. Well, I mean, it might have been a problem, okay? Could have been a small problem. Some kind of issue. I can't seem to target anything that I can shoot. Oh, my pet's dead again. Well, that's lovely. Shoo. I mean, that was one way to do it. I'd love to see an example of a different way to pull it. The shaman does have an Ankh, which is going to save us a little bit of time, but not a repair bill. My pet is progressively less and less happy. Could explain why he keeps getting killed, though. Although in that situation there, I mean, he was gonna die no matter what. Everything was fine until the healer got seduced. Yeah, that's a problem. Not what you like to see. You know what really sucks about that wipe? We lost our 10% kill experience bonus. That actually really sucks. Which aspect am I using? The aspect of I died and didn't put an aspect back up. That aspect. Aspect of death often. We got charmed. I've never been charmed in this fight before. That's unfortunate. I just popped a cooldown. It's a good way to use a 5-minute cooldown. I love it. You're torn between what to play between ESO and WoW. Play WoW. Yeah, play any version of WoW. That's my advice. You'll notice how there wasn't an episode 2 of ESO. There was an episode 1, And then no episode 2. If you're gonna play ESO or WoW right now, I mean, I'm biased obviously, but I'd have to say play WoW. Do I want this? Yes? No? I don't want that much strength. I don't need the strength at all. I'm not taking that. I can't take that from somebody who needs the strength, you know? That doesn't make any sense. What about SWOTOR? No comment. We weren't even... Never mind. What about other games? Well, we're not talking about it. He said ESO or WoW, so I said between ESO and WoW, play WoW. You could bring any other game into it. There's hundreds of games. You could play any one of them. That wasn't the question. The healer's healing my pet, which I really appreciate. Because he's taking a lot of incidental damage that, besides staying out of the fight, he really can't avoid. Joanna, welcome to the stream, and thanks for joining us.
Illidan is an arrogant fool. I will crush him and reclaim Outland as my own.
Can stun stop the technicians from throwing mines? I don't know if we can interrupt them or not. If we can, I haven't been able to time it in such a way that it happens. So I don't know. Maybe they can be interrupted, maybe they can't. I haven't been able to successfully interrupt one yet. A lot of people use the content to fall asleep too. I don't think that's weird at all. That's what the recorded stuff is good for. Alright, we lost the tank, and we lost a DPS. Perfect. It's always fun to discover that TBC is still hard for people. It's still hard. 20 years later, still wiping to dynamite. Yeah, they hurt. They hit hard. And there's no real way to mitigate it. And they have a big radius. Like, it's not like you have to walk right on top of it to set it off. Like, it has a big radius around it. Like, you get near to it and it triggers. So it's not even a matter of, oh, just watch out and just, and then sometimes they throw it right at your face. And when they throw it right at your face, it just goes off as soon as it hits your face. So there's nothing you can do about that. It took this warrior 7 hours. No, almost 8 hours. To get 61 to 62. He's like, damn. Yeah, that's a long time. He did Blood Furnace 11 times. 11 Blood Furnace runs is a lot of runs. It's... I mean... Is that how people are doing it in Outland? Are some people just dungeon grinding, like not even bothering to quest? I don't know if I can do that. Not these days. Back in the day, me and my friend would level that way. Like, one of us would heal, one of us would tank, and we would just grind a bunch of dungeons. I mean, we'd quest a little bit too, though. But without having, like, friends in the group, I can't imagine doing 11 blood furnaces, like, back to back to back. It would drive me nuts. He says the 11 runs got him 1.5 of the level. Or 1.5 levels? Oh god. I don't know. I don't know if I could do that. My slash played for this level is probably going to be even longer than that. When it's all said and done. Well, we've been level 61 for 2 hours. So I guess that's not bad. It feels longer than 2 hours. That's okay.
How long do you believe your pathetic sorcery can hold me?
The healer's got a bio after this pull. So I'm gonna do the exact same thing. I'm gonna hijack his bio break for my own. That's what we're doing. Perfect timing. Is a boost worth it just to get to 58? I mean, different things are worth it to different people. You really got to think about what you're trying to get out of play in the game, though. And everybody should spend some time thinking about that from time to time, but if you're gonna pay to skip the experience, I would say, like, try to think about why you're gonna pay to skip the experience, and try to think about what goal do you have that skipping the experience is going to help you achieve. And if you can answer that question, what goal do I have that skipping the experience is going to achieve for me? And then is that goal worth it? And furthermore, is that goal why I'm actually wanting to play the game? It's a tricky question, because in Classic, you're talking about skipping the game. And there's not a lot to get to. There's a few raids, and there's some heroic dungeons at the end of it all. But that's it. So there's not this big thing to get to. And it's you know, certainly not a race. So I don't know. Now, if you have a guild and you're trying to raid with a group of people, then absolutely. If you have a guild waiting for you at max level and you have a raid spot and that's what you really want to do, then yeah, buy the boost. But if you're just trying to play a game to enjoy your time, then I would say, what are you're paying to skip that time, and I don't know if that makes sense for a lot of people, if you really break it down. But it's hard to say. Yeah, in Classic, the leveling is the game. And at the end of the game, there's what's called endgame. Notice how there's the game, which is the main purpose of the game, but then there's endgame. And back in Classic, like, there was only so much endgame to do. There isn't a ton of solo stuff to do. There's no delves. There's no world quest. There's no solo progression. You know, there's nothing like all this. Now, in retail, like, a boost is absolutely worth it sometimes because, you know, the content you're waiting for is at the end game. But I would say even then in retail, leveling is so fast, just skip the boost, level the character anyway. I don't know if a boost is ever really worth it unless you're just trying to get your raid spot and you already have it waiting for you. And that's your only goal is to raid with your friends. And then in that situation, I would say a boost is worth the money. Kyle, welcome to the stream, buddy. Thanks for joining us. Am I enjoying the split characters? It was nice. I don't know. It was nice to have a lunch. It was nice to have a half hour of time where I could eat food. That's all I know so far. How the day plays out and how I feel afterwards will tell the tale. But as for right now, it was nice to be able to stop and eat food and let my dogs out. All that stuff. Do I need to split the stream to do that? I don't know. Maybe. Well, if you don't like leveling in general, then I would say you want to play a different version of the game. Or you want to play a different game. Unless, like I said, you have a raid guild waiting for you. If you have a raiding guild waiting for you, then yes. Boost it. Boost it, claim your raid spot, and raid with glory. But if you don't have a raid spot, and you don't like leveling, go play something else. There's really nothing for you here. There's, you know, especially like you can go play retail. So much stuff to do in retail that does not involve leveling. But if you absolutely don't want to level a character, then Classic just isn't the game for you. And that's absolutely okay. There's plenty of games out there. They make all sorts of them. Retail leveling is the tutorial on how to play the game. Once you've leveled up a retail character, you've done the tutorial. You've familiarized yourself with the basic mechanics of the game. You've familiarized yourself with the very basics of your class, although there's a lot of mastery yet to be attained, obviously. And you've completed the tutorial segment, and that's all the leveling in retail is meant to do. And at that, it does a decent job. If you think about the leveling in retail as the tutorial part of the game, which is the part where you will spend the least amount of your time on a character, then it's perfect at that, and it does a pretty good job. And then it leaves mastery to be gained at endgame, which is where you're going to need that kind of mastery to succeed anyway. He gave us food for our pet. How nice was that? What a thoughtful gesture. Yeah, that was very kind.
Leatrix, take my blood and choke on it.
Okay, but what are you skipping it to get to? If you're not trying to raid, then what are you skipping the leveling to get to? Oh, so you're just saying stuff. I think I get it. I think I finally figured it out. There we go. You're just saying stuff to say stuff. I get it. I understand.
Ignorant whelps! He'll kill us all!
What is this? What have you done? You'll ruin everything! Closer. Come closer. And burn!
I tried to get the heal in. I was so close to getting the heal on him. He's dead. Our pet's dead again. This pet became a nuisance as soon as we got into Outland. Prior to Outland, everything was fine with the pet. He was great. I loved him. And we got into Outland and the pet just started to be a hindrance. that is how it happened. He was great, and then we got into Outland and he was just a nuisance. Can't hold aggro. Gets killed all the time. Is constantly needing to be fed. Man, what a liability he's become. Alright, that was a decent run. I really wish we could have kept the XP buff, but it's obvious to me now, like, these groups are never going to be able to keep the XP buff for the whole run. I think we've wiped, in every run we've done, we've wiped at least once. And yeah, that's just how it is. I'm just gonna cheat my hearth out of the 5 minutes. 3 minutes. Yeah, so we're never gonna hold on to that buff for the whole run. Unfortunately. The pet himself has gotten a lot better. The pet himself, the pet now has everything our old pet has and more. Because he's got dash, which we didn't have. But it's just that the pet starts to not be as strong. The aggro is not as good. And he's getting hit by a lot of AoE stuff in dungeons, and we weren't really having that problem before. But yeah, the AoE damage in dungeons is really bad. Especially Blood Furnace, but I feel like they've all been this way. There was the dragon boss fight in Hellfire, or in Ramparts, that kept killing him. The technicians here keep killing him. I'm sure in every instance there will be a mob that, like, really has it out for my pet. And really tries to get him dead. It'll just be a different mob in every dungeon. Okay, well, let's see if we can buy some food for the pet, since we constantly are having issues with that. Yep, that'll work. Two-handed Staff of Agility? No, I don't think so. Don't think so. Let's get rid of that.
Beware the living.
What do you need? Speak. Victory!
The Cajun Predator, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Thanks for joining us today. Ouch. That ate into our gold a little bit, but I had been holding off on that for a while. And it was probably time to get that done. Because maybe eventually we could make something decent. Maybe. We didn't get the pouch yet.
Well met.
Alright, with that done, I think we're ready to head over to the western half of the zone and start doing all the stuff out of the Blood Elf place. I don't think I'm doing anything else on this side of the zone. Oh my god, I have to go back through Thrallmar to get the Falcon Watch? You've never just heard... I probably could run it. I could probably run there faster, couldn't I? I can't believe they don't just have a straight flight out. Why can't I? Look, this is a straight line. It goes like this. Boop. Oh no, we gotta go up here. Oh my god, this is worse than Spirit Airlines. They made extra silver by routing us through the connecting flight point. I bet they did. Oh man. That's why Spirit failed, not enough direct flights. Yeah, I can believe it. It's too bad I don't have other travel options when I fly the Horde Express. It's really too bad. And at this rate, I'll never be able to afford a flying mount, so... I'm gonna be stuck with these nonsensical flight points for a while. Alright, I think I'm just gonna pick up everything. I'm gonna glance at some of the objectives, because I'm not... I mean, I'm pretty familiar with these, but not like the back of my hand. 8 bone stripper tail feathers. Okay, we can do that nearby. Birds of a feather. This happens a little ways from here. Cenarian Post. I think that's a breadcrumb. Got a wanted poster here. Black Talon. This guy's inside one of the caves nearby.
Anaria Shola. Death to all who oppose us. Salama Ashalanore.
The eternal sun guides us.
The journals in the pools of Aganar.
Salama Ashalanore.
What else do we got?
Hello.
5 demonic essence.
Anaria Shola.
Fell blood.
Anubalore de la
And Arakoa stuff. Okay. Yeah. So, like, basically any direction we go, there will be stuff to do. Maybe we should start nearby. We could do Terror Fiends, we could do the Whelps. Let's see. Let's do the Whelps, because they're actually really close. And we'll see if we can find somebody to help us with the named guy over here, if there's anybody else in the area. We gotta get the pet out. Alright, pet is healthy, pet is happy. We need to put, okay, we got our bird stance on. We're good. Let's pop a elixir of agility. Do I think the mob density and respawn rate is broken in this zone compared to others? I don't know. The mob density is high. I mean, compared to anything in Azeroth, the mob density here is really high. I've kind of always felt that Hellfire was very punishing. That's always seemed to be part of its design. It seems very much part of the design that you come to Hellfire. It's this terrible, awful place. There's nothing green, there's nothing alive, there's hardly any water. There's mobs everywhere. Every time you try to move, you're aggroing more mobs. The mobs are very strong. Yeah, and I feel like it was all just intentional. I think it's like intentionally designed to be an inhospitable, brutal place. Do I always enjoy that part of it? No. I don't. But I think it's all by design. I don't think it's not broken or bugged or it hasn't been neglected. Somebody thought a lot about it, and what they thought was, let's make this zone really freaking punishing. And they did. And so this zone is really punishing right off the bat. And then once you get out of Hellfire, everything else starts to feel better. But Hellfire is supposed to be this brutal... It's called Hellfire. Like, you have arrived in Hell. You were on a planet, you were living a fine life, and then you went to Hell, and it looked like this. And eventually you get out of Hell, and you go to other places, and they're marginally better. And I think it's all by design. But I do think, talking about the challenges of Hellfire, I don't think I'll come here again prior to level, like, at least 59, but I'd like to just be level 60, I think. Next time I bring a character here. We can find more than enough places to do questing in Azeroth. And then we can come into Hellfire at level 60, and then maybe if we do that, we'll have a little bit of an easier time getting going. Yeah. One day I'll remember to turn Growl back on after I finish a dungeon. Maybe someday, but maybe it hasn't happened yet. So maybe it never will. This is not the cave we're looking for. Oh, it is. We just, yeah, there we go. Okay, he is an elite. Level 63 elite. Something tells me I probably can't solo this. And I certainly can't do it with this ad interfering. Let's try it. I'll pull him back here. Send our pet in. Do one of those. Right away we shoot him once and we get threat. Yeah, that's not going to be very promising, is it? He's also doing a lot of damage to our pet. Yeah, there's no way we can do this. Not with what we've currently got going on. Nope, 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 nope. We will come back to that one when we are a much higher level, perhaps. That's fine. Just kill me. You might as well just kill me. At least you didn't kill my pet. I appreciate that. Well, we lost the ribbon buff. Oh man. I just don't know. Aha! Well, that might help. A little bit, at least.
Baladash, Malanori. Farewell. The reckoning is at hand.
Nenya, good evening to you. Welcome to the stream. I have over 200 TP. Spend them? Yeah, but on what? I really need higher ranks of bite and swipe or whatever. That's really all I care about, but I don't have those yet. I have to get to a pet trainer eventually and do all that stuff. Maybe by now the pet trainer has stuff for me. Maybe by now I can learn the next rank of bite and slash or whatever it is. But besides that, I'm just gonna hang on to the points.
Everything has a price.
Alright, let's grab that.
What do you seek? Death to all who oppose us.
I've sold so much rune cloth. I didn't realize we were gonna need 330 to do netherweave. 330? Out of 375 to learn the first rank of the new bandage? Oh, okay. Yeah, I've sold so much netherweave, or so much rune cloth, because I thought I didn't need it. You know, I thought I'd be able just to train netherweave at 300 and be good, but no. Why would that be the case? Well, that's a lesson learned. Hold on to all of my rune cloth. Got it. That's why they're still giving it to me. Imagine that. I wonder if there's anything I can do ever again to make my pet a decent tank. Like, he was a decent tank, and then suddenly he wasn't. And I just wonder if he's ever going to be again. Or if this is literally going to be how this class feels going forward. Where I can shoot a couple times, but then I'm going to have threat. And then my pet's not going to be able to pick it back up. Or can I let him go in on the enemy by himself for a while, like this pull, let him... Oh, well, see, that got me threat, but it got me threat near the end of the fight. Maybe I just have to send him in and give him a minute to establish threat. Like an old school tank, I guess. But once I get threat, he can never get it back. It's not a matter of like waiting for him to taunt again. Once I have threat, he will never get threat back unless intimidation's off cooldown. And then sometimes intimidation can help him get threat back. But it's becoming, with the way I can't shoot point blank, so it's becoming quite a nuisance. If I could shoot point blank, I wouldn't care.
Vlad, so long. See you. Must not give up. Roma, Hect Corta. Go on then. You come back sometime. We survive. Luck to you. Peace for you.
Well, I really need this guy to start his little path so I can get out of this little area. Come on, sir. Go ahead. Just go. It's okay. Go ahead. No. Okay, cool. Okay, there you go, buddy. Thanks a million.
Leave. Other day. Akal Hekta. Luck to you. What do you need, stranger? Hello, stranger. So long. You come back sometime.
Blizzard really needs to look at this, and they need to log into the game and see what's happening to really understand, like, what a nuisance it is and why it's a nuisance. And then after they've logged into their game and they've played it for a little bit, maybe then they could, like, patch a change in to fix that.
Go on then.
Because obviously, like, nobody wants it to be that way. So they should just fix it. They'd have to know about it to fix it, but they should fix it. They need to at least get rid of the sound effect, but maybe also get rid of the character emote, because the character does a little emote every time it goes off too.
Well,
So I would say at least get rid of the sound effect and the emotes. If you can't get rid of the icon,
go in peace.
then that's fine, I guess.
Know the eternal sun.
But I think they should go ahead and fix all of it.
Go in peace.
Just remove the entire thing. Would probably be for the best.
How may I help? Goddess, watch over me.
Greetings. Be careful.
Well, I gotta go kill this. I gotta go kill the elite guy. I got a little carried away getting out of that area. Oh, he's dead anyway. So it looks like we'll be waiting on a respawn.
Light. Must remember the light.
What do I want to do next? I think the Hellbore samples might be one of the easier things we have to do. We could go back into the Arakoa area. That area is typically pretty dense with mobs. And the Hellbore are right here. So yeah, let's do the Hellbore quest. Maybe I should at least train my pet in natural stamina. Or greater stamina. Stamina increased by 40. Yeah, that could be useful. Let's grab that one. And we're immediately down to 56. But yeah, that was actually a pretty decent chunk of HP that he probably needs to have. Incoming Fell Reaver. He's creeping up on us. He's always deceptively close. Like right now you think like, ah, he's pretty far away, but he's not. He's probably too close. We do need the vulture tail feathers. I'd like to finish up the hellbore first. Well, you know what? We're already over here, so let's just do it. You think I'm still reminiscing about the melee hunter days from SOD? Well, I'm not reminiscing, but melee hunter is best hunter. That was probably the most fun I've had pushing buttons in Classic was on that hunter. They did a really good job with that class design. And even playing it without the pet, because at the time I didn't want to have a pet, like it was great. That's the exact sort of class design, you know, something similar to that's what I want to see in Classic Plus. I would love to have a melee hunter spec in Classic Plus. It was a lot of fun. The pet is still my least favorite part of the hunter. Like I still not a big pet fan. I don't care for the pet. I don't care for the pet systems. I think the systems are an annoyance that other classes don't have to deal with. I think the obtuse way that you have to train pets higher ranks of abilities, I think it's an incredibly obtuse way to do it. And I don't like it. So yeah, the pet is still my least favorite part. I kind of wish he were just a decent tank, and then I could deal the DPS. That would be an ideal scenario. If he could actually tank, then I could deal the majority of DPS. It's almost like he wants me to tank for him, while he does the DPS, but I'm not quite equipped to do all that. So why am I Beast Mastery? Because Beast Mastery is the best hunter spec in the game. So I could go marksman and I could do less damage, significantly less damage. And is that going to feel different to push the buttons? No, probably not. It's probably not going to feel markedly different. But what's going to feel different is how like suddenly my damage is going to drop. I'm playing it this way because this is how Blizz designed it. They designed it so Beast Mastery is the best spec, does the most damage, so that's what we're doing. If I do anything else, then I'm just gimping myself completely. And for what? For it to feel mostly the same? What it's not going to do is it's not going to make my pet a better tank. If I go Marksman, that's not going to make my pet a better tank. Suddenly, I'm dealing more damage than my pet. Now my pet's never going to be able to hold threat. Like, going Marksman or any other spec is going to make the threat part of it worse. Right now, my pet's dealing more damage than he'll ever deal. So if I go another spec, he deals less damage, he holds less threat, he still sucks as a tank, and then I'm dealing less damage overall. That's why we're Beast Mastery. Beast Mastery is about having the correct level abilities for my pet. Oh, I see. Is that what it's about? Please, tell me more. I'm all ears. Got it. Got it. Thanks. This is one of the reasons that for the longest time I avoided playing a hunter, because every time I play a hunter, and it's really only the hunter, but no matter how often I try to play, no, people can't help themselves from backseat gaming, even though you know I don't care, you know I already know about it. People can't help but backseat game the hunter. I don't know why. And I don't know why it's the hunter specifically. Maybe that's just a class that a lot of people have played, but because it doesn't happen as much on other classes. No one backseat games this hard on a paladin, even when I'm not seal twisting. Even when I'm not doing that. But when you don't play a hunter how people expect, they get personally offended. It's their favorite class. You're not playing it right. You're not playing it right. You ought to just not play it at all. Well, I mean, I'm playing it right now, so deal with it. I don't know, but this has been one of the reasons why in the past I've avoided hunters. it elicits the highest amount of unwanted backseat gaming. More than any other class. And then, like, so you see somebody playing the game the way you don't want them to play that way, right? It's the wrong way to play. Just stop watching. You know, if someone's playing a game a way you don't like, and you're not enjoying watching them or listening to them, just don't watch. Just click off of it. But there's no reason to try to tell somebody something they already know. Like, why? Why keep telling somebody something they already know? What's the point? And just to get, like, more and more uppity about it, just click off of it. That's the easiest thing to do. And nobody will be offended when you do that because no one will know that you did it. Something like that. We're rocking hard. Oh, something like that. Some things have been hard. Some things have been like rocks. You know, like rocks being shoved under my nails. Kind of like that. Don't I have a quest at the Cenarian place? I guess not. Oh, we need more Hellblood. That's why. Now I see. It's everybody though. I'm so off the hunter because it's not just it's everybody. It's been the entire playthrough, and I'm just like, man, it was a fun ride. It was a fun ride while it lasted, but I think I might be ready to get off the ride soon. The ride's starting to make me nauseous. It was a really smooth gameplay experience. Like, I had a lot of fun in Azeroth. Outland's pretty challenging. But overall, like, the backseating on the hunter has been just, like, almost too much for me. And I get it. I know why people are mad. I know why they're mad. I just don't know why they bother telling me that they're mad. Do you think you telling me why you're mad is going to change me or not make me mad? No, I'm going to have the same emotions. So I just don't get it. CNET, that's awesome, man. 1 hour and 40 minutes for Tempest Keep. That sounds impressive. I don't know from experience, but it sounds really impressive. It's because there's all this, like, obtuse knowledge with the hunter. It's why people like to backseat game it. Because people find out a couple of things. They're like, oh, well, I know where you can train rank 4 of bite. Ooh. Oh, guess what? I know too. I just don't want to do it. Oh. And so people have all this knowledge that they think it's really obscure knowledge. Because the hunter class is obtuse. And so they want to backseat game with all of it. It's like, I Googled it too. I Googled it. I just didn't want to go catch a spider in Hillsbrad Foothills at level 25 to get the next rank of bite. And if you've been watching the playthrough, you know that. And so knowing that, but continuing to try to backseat game me about it, like, it's kind of pointless. We were all there when I decided I wasn't going to do that. No, it's just the backseat gaming that's, like, been the biggest bother on this. And like I said, it doesn't happen on other classes. It happens on the hunter, because there's things about a hunter that are different than other classes. Oh god, how many Fell Reavers are there exactly? Or is this one just walking circles around me? Because I feel like I've seen this fella a couple of times in the last few minutes. They're just mad because I'm complaining about my pet not holding threat, and they're like, well, the solution is to play how I say. Play how I say, and then your pet will hold all the threat. I don't know if that's true or not. Don't really think that it will be. Some random person you were doing a 5-man with told you on your hunter to go to the Draenei starting zone and get a Ravager. Exactly. Why? Because they Googled it and Ravager's the best pet. So the internet told them. The seal twisting thing did not get as bad on the Pally. On the Pally, I was able to explain what I was going to do instead. And for the most part, people left me alone about it. But the pet thing, people get angry. Like hunter players get angry. They just get pissed off and they let it come out. And then I'm just a human being. So if you start getting really snippety with me and snide, I pick up on that. And then I'm not going to have the best attitude in response. Because ultimately, I'm just a person. And so when I'm getting it, it's coming from like so many different angles. I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'm just playing the wrong class. It was a blast while it lasted. I had a lot of fun in Azeroth. And I was able to like ignore the backseating for like quite a while. I tried to not let it get to me, but today I failed. So yeah. It happens.
I'm listening. Beware the living. Victory for Sylvanas.
Yeah, I mean, I admit that I'm bad at it. That's the weird thing, is like, I admitted, you know, when I was leveling it, I kept saying, I said, you know, I'm not going to bother going and doing this, or this. Like, I talked about it right away, and throughout I talked about it. So, like, and I admit it. Like, I don't do the things that if you want to min-max the game, you ought to do. Like, I don't try to hide that fact, and I never try to say I'm any good at the game. I don't think I've made any claims of ever being good at this game, despite playing it a bunch. So I don't know. I don't know what it is. I'm going to call it right here for today, and I'm just going to look forward to getting back on the Warrior tomorrow. Thank you guys for showing up for this little experiment, this little split stream experiment. I do appreciate your time. Thank you for spending it with me. Sorry it wasn't as chill throughout as it could have been. We'll be back on the Warrior tomorrow morning, and I would love to see you then. Until then, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we will see you somewhere in Azeroth very soon. Bye for now.